Member Speaker, this bill is very dangerous to our state. It hurts diversity, equity, and inclusion throughout the state to our flagship colleges and will hurt them in recruiting efforts. I ask you to vote yes on the amendment striking the enacting clause.
Mr. Walle, for what purpose?
Mr. Speaker, before she closes, she wraps up her comments, would she yield for a few questions?
The gentlelady yield.
Yes.
She yields.
Representative Cole, you mentioned earlier that you graduated the University of Texas. Is that correct?
I graduated from the University of Texas in accounting undergrad, and I also graduated there for law school.
And at the time, and even currently at many institutions of higher education like UT and others, we've had an issue with recruiting faculty, staff, deans, administrators of color to those institutions, not just UT, but all institutions of higher education in the state of Texas. Is that correct?
That is very correct. We only had one professor that was African American in the law school at the time I attended.
And part of the rationale for having DEI offices was to remedy past, but sometimes current inequities in higher education in their hiring practices. Is that correct?
Yes, the inequities were very apparent.
They were more prevalent some time ago, but they're still prevalent in certain aspects today. Is that correct?
Yes, they're very prevalent today as well.
And would you agree that even the percentage of faculty, staff at all institutions of higher education in Texas has some are in the single digits, is that correct?
Yes, the faculty and staff are greatly lower.
Right, and that matters because as this state has increased to close to 30 million people, that diversity has increased, is that correct?
Yes, we continue to see a rapid disparity.
And the rapid increase in diversity also poses some challenges in trying to get students admitted from Texas schools into these universities. Is that correct?
Yes, it makes a big damper on recruitment efforts with other flagship universities and colleges.
Right, and so if you don't, what I'm getting at is if you don't have a diverse pool of faculty and staff to recruit and that can relate to students to a growing diverse population, how are these institutions going to be able to attract these students and get them into these schools if they don't have diverse faculty and staff, administrators? Do you believe?
Go ahead. It stops
do you
it from
believe
being. Go ahead.
The elimination of these DEI offices would inhibit that ability to, one, with this rapid growing diverse population, one, to recruit and retain a diverse faculty? Is that fair to say?
I think that's fair to say. If we don't have diverse staff, it'll be difficult to recruit diverse students.
In fact, and this is a statement that I've made many times, but our children can't be who they can't see. Is that correct?
That is very true. You need role models.
And you need diverse faculty and staff and administrators at the institutions of higher education, not solely for the purpose of them coming from a diverse background, but also that they actually are qualified, that these are people that have earned the ability to work as professors, to work as administrators and deans. Is that not correct?
That is true, and the diverse faculty is competent. It's not assuming that they come without merit.
Right, so it's not, these folks are not, these offices are intended to recruit and retain folks that, yes, are qualified, right? That's the baseline. They merit the qualifications to be at the staff level, but it just so happens that they might be a woman of color, a man of color, somebody from a different gender or sex. Is that correct?
Or disabled.
Or they could be disabled. They could be a veteran. Is that
It
correct?
could be a veteran.
Right, because you also have veteran offices in a lot of institutions of higher education. Is that correct?
Yes, you do have veteran offices and services for disabled individuals.
And we make a concerted effort to recruit veterans to institutions of higher education, to recruit folks that are disabled. Is that correct?
Yes, we do, along with other disadvantaged groups.
Are you familiar with Herman Sweat?
Heman Sweat, yes, I am.
And you understand and you're aware, and I know you're very aware of Mr. Sweat and him being denied entrance to the University of Texas Law School. Is that correct?
Yes, because they didn't want an African American in the law school.
Okay. And where did the law school end up being created?
In Houston, Texas.
And what's the name of that law school?
The Texas Southern University Law School.
He was denied admission, right?
And they built a whole school.
And so they created what was alleged to be a separate but equal, when we know that was not equal, separate law school at Thurgood Marshall School of Law. Is that correct, in Houston?
Yes, at the Thurgood Marshall Law School. They created a whole new university so that he would not attend the University of Texas.
Right, but he was qualified, correct?
But he was qualified.
But for his color of his skin, he was not admitted into that university.
The sole reason he was not admitted was because of the color of his skin.
Okay, and what we want to do is to learn that history. What we need to do is isn't it true? We need to learn that history, and DEI offices are premised so that we don't repeat that ugly history that we have in this state. Is that correct?
DEI offices are meant to educate so that we do not make the same mistakes that we have made in the past.
Thank you.